Research cores are the purple orbs that you can build or find in the game world. They are used to unlock new upgrades. Each research core is a physical item that must be placed somewhere in the world. Once placed, each core will unlock one purple research point. Upgrading the production terminal by feeding it the required materials will unlock new research tiers, while using the purple research points will unlock the available upgrades. As for building them, they are under the production tab in the research section, which is all the way at the bottom. To bring up the build menu, press the tab key. Each core requires 2 copper wires and 3 mechanical components, which translate into a raw material cost of 5 copper ingots and 6 iron ingots. The hand build time for raw materials is 9.5 seconds. You don't have to worry about automating production or making a lot of the research cores until you get to the next terminal. Crafting a few by hand while you are at Terminal Lima will be more than enough. You can place your cores in a small cave to the left of Terminal Lima. This cave already has pre-existing cores. The next terminal will be shown by a waypoint once you finish some objectives, or you can use this map and tunnel there directly with the mole at any point in the game. Later on, you will unlock the blue research cores, which will unlock the next tier of upgrades. That will be a bit into the game, so we will just focus on the purple research cores for this video. You can use the same general approach for blue research cores. As a side note, I would not recommend removing the research cores unless you need to. In order to move the research cores around, you will need the core reassignment ability. To bring up the research menu, press the T key. Core reassignment is found in the Science tab of the research tree, in the Silverthorn processing section under Terminal Victor, and costs 15 purple research points. You will need to unlock the core composer before you can unlock core reassignment. The core composer unlock will cost 85 research points, so we will worry about that later. If you do remove the cores, it will subtract 1 research point per core even if you have 0 points available. Watch what happens when I remove a whole bunch of research cores. As you can see, I end up with negative research points. I would not recommend doing this until you have unlocked all the upgrades that use purple research cores unless you are just relocating them. Having negative research points does not seem to disable the unlocks you have enabled currently, so you don't have to worry about that. It is entirely safe to remove the cores since the deleted cores go straight back into your inventory and you can place them down again. It is a slight hassle, however, since the cores must be placed down in order for you to use the research points. Once you get the waypoint for the next terminal, you can tunnel your way to Production Terminal Victor. There is already a core composer placed near Terminal Victor, so you don't have to unlock it in the research tree unless you really want to. My suggestion is to just use the pre-existing core composer even if you do unlock the ability, since you really don't need more than one. What the core composer does is take in the purple or blue research cores via inserters and conveyor belts and rearranges them into a massive structure automatically. This is very convenient after you automate the production of research cores. There is a limit to the number of cores you can place on a core composer, however. You will see a red X show up on the core composer when it is full. A full composer will still take in research cores but not place them. When this happens, simply delete the core composer and move it to an adjacent location and slightly adjust your conveyor belt layout and inserters. As you can see from my base, I am incredibly lazy and just moved the core composer nearby after it got full. It still works. For those of you with base building OCD, you can simply just delete all the cores after you get the unlocks, or you can rehome the cores somewhere else or use them as decorations for your base build. If you do want to unlock the core composer can be found in the Science tab in the Electrical Components section under Terminal Lima. It will cost 85 research points to unlock. To build a core composer, it will be located in the Production tab and in the Research section, which is all the way at the bottom. It will require 20 iron frames, 10 mechanical components, and 50 electrical components, which translates into 23 copper ingots and 112 iron ingots. The hand build time for raw materials is 226 1/3 seconds. As for automation, I would highly suggest automating the production and placement of cores as it will save a great deal of time. This is not a necessary step and you can be a complete mad lad and build everything by hand if you want. I will try to cover a variety of builds that range from some automation to full automation, and you can pick and choose and modify the builds that appeal to you. For the simplest form of automation, you can build the copper wires and mechanical components by hand as you explore. You can dump the components into one assembler set to build research cores. The assembler needs one inserter to drop the finished product straight onto two conveyor belts, which feeds into the core composer via another inserter. For some more automation, you need one assembler for the copper wire and one assembler for the mechanical components. Connect these two assemblers to the research core assembler and dump in the necessary ingots into the assemblers to start. For even more automation, you can belt in the ingots from smelters and feed the assemblers directly. Mechanical components require both copper and iron ingots, so you can split the copper belt between the two of them. You can build 2 smelters for each mining drill if you want. 1 smelter per mining drill works fine as well. For full automation, you need to set up a BioBrick production line and feed the extractors and smelters automatically. BioBrick is way more energy efficient than plant matter and only costs 6 research points under the synthesis tab. It takes 25 plant matter and 50 limestone per BioBrick. I would highly recommend getting this upgrade as soon as possible. Fully automated BioBrick production is quite an involved process, so you can refer to my BioBrick production line video for the full details, but I will show a very brief overview of my latest BioBrick production line. I will mention here, BioBrick does last quite a while, so handcrafting BioBrick and manually feeding in 60-ish BioBrick at a time isn't the worst thing in the world, so full automation will not be necessary if you are fine with this. This is a brief overview of my second BioBrick production line. I do like it quite a bit better than my first one, however there is still a lot of tweaking needed to be done. So over here are 2 assemblers, taking in limestone from mining drills, and plant matter produced from silverthorn. As you can see here, I have 2 mining drills per assembler, and I also have a third one being split in half a little further back. This was a decent amount of limestone per assembler, however recently I got the 50% increase in yield per mining drill, meaning I am overproducing limestone. That is something I will have to tweak, but for now I'm just leaving it as is. The plant matter is coming in from a silverthorn production line. As you can see here, the layout is almost identical to my first build, except it's using silverthorn. The plants will grow and then be put into threshers, which will produce silverthorn buds, and the buds will be taken into another thresher, which will produce silverthorn extract and plant matter directly. For the first build, I would have to take the sticks, turn them into plant matter fiber, and then assemble them into plant matter, so this is way more efficient. As you can see here, the plant matter is being belted up to my assemblers and being used. As a side note, if you want to know how I am flying, you can unlock and build a hover pack. It is a little bit goofy to use, but it's definitely better than not having one. Okay, that's it. I hope this guide helped. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll try my best to get back to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.